but try and press through the big toe edges here. And then on an inhale, lift the spine off the floor vertebra by vertebra. And on the exhale, roll the spine back down from the top to the bottom, vertebra by vertebra, rocking the pelvis forward. So inhale, lift pelvis, tilt it up, peel the spine off the floor, press the chest to the chin. Exhale, place the vertebra back down once at a time, pressing the sacrum down, tilting the pelvis forward. And again, inhale, tilt pelvis, lift spine, this time coming up to hold for a few breaths. So either pressing the palms into the mat or, like me, interlacing the fingers, coming right onto the shoulders, and then press actively through the feet. Feel like you're drawing the inner thighs towards each other, strong thighs, big breaths into the front of the chest. Exhale, release, lowering the spine down. Take the feet a little bit further forward, mat distance apart, let the inner knees rest against each other. And then you can either stay in that resting position for a few more breaths or repeat what we did, or possibly I'm taking a deeper back bend because my back is asking for it. So if it's in your practice, possibly going into full Urdhva Dhanurasana, but I'm not going to properly talk us through this in this sequence. It's just there if you wish, otherwise repeat the previous supported bridge or take rest. So if you're in your second back bend, just taking a few more breaths, and then as you come down again, slowly release the spine onto the mat from the top to the bottom, taking the feet forward a little bit, mat distance apart, inner knees rest against each other. So this is a wonderful opening for the sacrum, for the lower back. Now windscreen wipering the knees, nice and slow, keeping the feet where they are, and just rolling onto the edges of the feet to take both knees one way and then the other. So we really massage the sacrum here. And then this time, same again, but take it and hold for a few breaths. So taking the knees over to the right, and option here to hook the right foot onto the outside of the left thigh. If that feels good, it deepens the stretch around the IT band, the outer left thigh and outer left hip. If it's too intense or any pain in the left knee, just skip that, keep the foot on the floor. And then coming over to the left, and again, option to hook the left foot to rest on the outer right thigh. Any problems, if it's too much, just keep the foot on the floor. Deep breaths here. So after our peak bridge pose, we're just really winding down now, so slowing down the breath. Taking the legs up towards the sky, holding onto the backs of the thighs or the calves or possibly the feet, but keep the whole of the back on the floor and try and drop the shoulders back into the floor as well. So we're just contracting the front of the thighs, drawing up on the kneecaps, opening the back of the body. Now bring the outer right ankle onto the front of the left thigh, bend the left leg, take the hands around the right shin or back of the left shin or back of the left thigh, and draw the left knee towards you. Keeping everything in the same place, just coming into a twist here, coming onto the outside of the left leg, and possibly just pushing the inner right knee away from you a little bit just to lengthen the right side. Really nice spinal twist, but hip opener as well. Same on the other side. Outer left ankle comes onto the front of the right thigh. Keep the left foot flexed. Draw the right knee towards you, holding onto the shin or the back of the right thigh. Your left hand's in that little gap underneath the left leg. Release the right foot to the floor and just keep everything in the same position. Just roll over to the right. So your left knee will be high. Oh, watch out for live animals. Hazard of the practice. And then coming back to the centre, just hug the knees into the chest. Take happy baby. Trying to ignore the dog. Knees towards the armpits, feet flexed, shins vertical. Dog is now stealing flip-flop. Okay, so option to straighten the legs into Supta Upavishta here if that feels good. I love that, but it's optional, otherwise stay in happy baby. But if you're coming into either position, just keep the whole of the back onto the floor, press the sacrum into the floor rather than peeling the lowest part of the spine off the mat. Coming into, hug the knees into the chest one more time, draw everything in, bring the head to the knees, and then take a well-earned Shavasana. So let the feet flop out to the side, arms away from the body, palms up, and just take as much rest as you have time for here. Just really releasing, becoming deeply heavy through the body, letting the breath become natural, but keeping the mind alert, So I will finish now and come back to seated, but you take as long as you have time for in Shavasana.